Hi, I'm David Dusek, a senior writer with Golfweek, golfweek.com, as well as USA Today Sports, and I'm here at the headquarters of Cobra Golf, and I've got Tom Olsovsky here with me. Tom is the Vice President of Research and Development for Cobra Golf. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great today, David. How are you?
I'm doing really well. We've got 3 drivers right here, 3 new drivers for 2022, and I want to talk about them. I've got Cobra LTDx Max, the LTDx LS, and you've got something special over there too, the LTDx. What does LTD stand for, and what is this all about?
Well, LTD stands for longest total distance.
Okay.
That's what we want to provide to golfers. They all want it. So all of the family has the longest total distance for a different style of golfer, different swings, playabilities, shot shapes, things like that. But really these designs are really a family together. And what we've done is brought some new power core technology. Now power core is something we've learned over the years is something that we can put low and up front, but also improve the face fixability up front.
Okay.
We don't want to make it stiff, but we want the weight there.
Okay.
If you make it flexible, you get more speed, you get more control. If you make it weight up front, you get that faster ball speed, high launch, low spin, which is going to be the maximum distance you can get for your swing speed.
Now, there's all kinds of carbon fiber going on here, and I would imagine that's been used to save weight, to allow you to move weight to different areas of the drivers, right?
Yeah, so it's a new chassis for us this year. The new chassis is really a titanium chassis, if you will, and carbon fiber pieces, large carbon fiber pieces, both across the sole and across the crown. We are able to save more weight than in the past designs, and we know when they save that weight, we can get better performance.
I noticed there's a little bit of a difference on the milled infinity face here. What happened? How did this change? It looks different to me, but I can't really pick off exactly how it's different.
That's a good one, David. There's 2 things. One of them is a lot of our players didn't really like the visual of the infinity face on top. So the top is much more clean, much more what we would call a traditional player's look. So we changed that a little bit, but we kept the infinity face for the rest of the face. It gives us the ability to control those thicknesses, control the radii, control everything about the speed off the face. The other thing you can see is what's called HOT technology.
Okay.
And HOT stands for highly optimized topology, which is the thicknesses of the face themselves. Now we used to have E9. E9 was 9 spots, obviously. This HOT technology is 15 spots. We can control those much finer and individually to give us more fidelity in maximizing the speed across the face. In the old way, we didn't have the fine control that we do with the hot face.
So because you're better able to control how the manufacturing processes, basically, instead of having 9 points on the face where you're really concentrating your efforts, now 15 that can sort of act independently. That's what I would imagine not only going to create better performance in the middle, but it's going to protect ball speed on mishits as well, right?
Exactly, and every golfer wants every shot to go as straight as possible.
For sure, yeah,
and as far as possible.
Now, I noticed that there's movable weights that are on the bottoms of all of these golf clubs. I've got the LTDx LS, and I can see that there's 2 weights right here that are sort of split. Exactly, explain to me how these weights are working and what's happening here on the LS version.
So again, the whole goal is to keep that weight low and forward. So in this design, these players are that better player looking for low spin, the spin killers if you need. But they do want some flexibility of slight heel toe weighting for modifying shots. Ricky, Bryson, Lexi are all in that category, and we know there's a lot of amateurs out there. So this capability of slight heel toe weighting adjustment isn't going to solve everybody's left to right problems. It's not designed for that. It's designed for better players fine-tuning the field and the trajectory for those shots they want.
So they're going to be different weights. These weights have different weight to them. What weights are going to come standard with the driver?
10 and 3.
Okay.
And then we have a capability in custom to do more.
To do more. And then when I go over here to the LTDx Max, I can see that there's a position for the weight way in the back, and then also one way in the heel. What's happening here?
I like those way in the.
It's way back there.
This is really our max driver performance from a standpoint of the most heel biased, so the most draw, as well as our most back CG for the max forgiveness. So this is really 2 clubs from last year built into one. This is the RadXD and the RadXB built into one driver.
Because there's also going to be a weight that's going to be floating in here. You've positioned, each one of these drivers has the weight up in the front. Now you're having a 10 and a 3 that you can maneuver over here. So that's the story with these. What's the story with that one?
So this is the LTDx. This is the one we really call the unicorn. Now, when you look at the Max, we replaced kind of 2 drivers from last year. So we said we have this other platform of the ability to create that 0 CG&A, which is very hard to do, and over 5,000 MOI points. So that's something we call the unicorn. It's never been done before. And it's never been done in drivers. And we talked a little bit about it before, is this gives you the optimum in terms of forgiveness, as well as that low spin, low CG&A for maximum distance. So this is going to be the longest total distance for the most players out there because it's got the great performance that we built into the package. It has the 19 grams up front as well as a 10-gram weight in the back. So a great split like we've done in the past.
Yep.
Gives us that maximum performance from inertia and super low CG that's not been available yet.
So if you're going to be in the market for a new driver in 2022 and you're looking for a lot more distance, a lot more forgiveness, you might want to talk to a good custom fitter about the new Cobra LTDx family of drivers.